Nightly Gaming News.
Alright guys, I'm gonna admit, it's kind of a slower news day, so let's jump into it with Vermintide having a free weekend this weekend, and some new DLC, so we actually have Paragon going on this weekend, but Vermintide I think is probably more of a priority. If you've never played it especially, a fantastic game. Even if just for the experience, just for jumping in with some friends, it's a fantastic co-op game, but there's also a new DLC announced for the game. It looks fantastic, and I purchased the game like about 5 seconds into its gameplay. They had a stream like day one, and I was like, holy shit, I want to play this game, instantly bought it, and instantly loved it. Yes, it's basically a copy of Left 4 Dead, but it is a perfect copy, plus adds to the formula. I can't recommend it enough, honestly, especially at the discount that it is, and especially since it's a free weekend. Just fucking jump in. And next up in news, we have a new patch for Final Fantasy XIV, adding on to the story, adding on to the content. I just want to talk about Final Fantasy XIV. This is a game that I only demoed, and when I did demo it, I actually really didn't enjoy it. I personally love PvP games, so I spent a lot of time on Guild Wars 2, but I have to admit that the hole that World of Warcraft is leaving in my heart, you know, the raiding type of MMO gameplay, yeah, I want to find a new one. Now, Terra does exist. I might try out a little bit of Terra, but from what I can tell and from the numbers, Final Fantasy XIV is the biggest, most polished AAA, definitely most popular, like absolutely. I think it might actually be the most popular big MMO out there. I think maybe some Eastern browser-based MMO has more players technically, but not, you know what, yeah, okay. So Final Fantasy XIV has a huge amount of players. I think it dethroned World of Warcraft. And it definitely has a similar gameplay aesthetic, at least in terms of it being raiding focused, end game focused, with the parties and, you know, the party formations, the healer, you know, the Holy Trinity, tank, DPS, all that good raiding stuff. Me personally, I like PvP, but, you know, starting to think maybe I want to jump into Final Fantasy XIV. There are some other games out there, but from what I've seen on the internet, I actually watch a lot of videos on Final Fantasy XIV because I'm always teased by it. I'm under the impression that it is absolutely the best in its genre currently, you know, aside from World of Warcraft, which is falling from grace. So, guys, what is your opinion on Final Fantasy XIV? Maybe I'll jump in. And lastly, in news, we have Chronicle, RuneScape Legends is now on Steam. You can now openly play the game, and I'm going to talk about this for just a second. The game is good. I like the game. It is not, I mean, it's a card game, but it's not a card game. It's not like Hearthstone at all. In fact, it's really more of like a digital board game. You just have deck building mechanics, which a lot of board games do. So it's kind of weird. You do collect cards. It is a CCG, but it doesn't play like any standard CCG whatsoever. It is completely different. And for that uniquity, it's definitely at least worth trying, especially since it is a free-to-play game. However, I think a lot of people are going to be turned off because it's really, really freaking different. But then again, a lot of people are going to be turned on because it is very different. You don't directly attack your opponent most of the time. It's like you build your deck and you fight your own deck alongside of their opponent, your opponent, fighting their deck. And then like there's some interactions, and it's like really hard to describe. You basically just have to play it or watch an entire like review like I have at Free MMO Station. It's just weird. It plays more like a board game versus a card game. So yeah, it's actually really decent though. Even though it's got the RuneScape name on it, I think that only helps it. Maybe. I know there's some negative connotation with the RuneScape name currently, especially with a couple of RuneScape versions being canceled, but in my opinion, I think it's pretty cool. So go check that out, definitely. And the cosplay of the day, you guys have been waiting for it. We have Alina Spoon, that is her handle. She is cosplaying as Mei, who is Bae. This is a character from Overwatch. She has frost-type abilities. One of my favorite characters in Overwatch, absolutely, and just completely a pub-stomping character. But let's talk about the cosplay. Does she nail the character? Like 100% completely. The photographs are amazingly well done, even though a lot of them are very honest. Now, she actually has pictures of her in the casual wear of the character, Mei, also full, like, cosmetically, like the armor, even the little robot. She's got everything, all the little devices, and it seems like the robot actually lights up with LEDs. She's got everything, you know, even to like the small little like cosmetic things that the character wears casually, like the hairpin and like a bracelet, like just a huge amount of detail. And it looks like she's actually working on a Diva robot. There's some more that this person's working on. So Alina Spoon seems like potentially going to be one of the biggest cosplay creators out there, if not one of the best cosplay models, because she's doing some really cool stuff. So yeah, I just wanted to take a good amount of time to mention this person, up and coming. Can't wait to see more of her. Okay, guys, so question of the day time. Yesterday's question, as well as a response-a-reno. And I'm wondering, do you guys want me to do this section kind of like at Friday? I could just do questions and answers, or should it just be at the end of every video? I don't know. Anyways, so question of the day today. What MMO do you personally persistently play? What MMO do you get on daily or weekly and, actively play every single update and, stuff like that? Like me, I jump on Guild Wars 2 every once in a while for PvP as well as for the seasonal events, which have been staggering lately, honestly, which is pretty tragic. But yeah, it's making me kind of wonder about Final Fantasy 14 and maybe some other games like Terra's getting updates nonstop. So what MMOs do you guys persistently play? It can be free to play, buy to play, whatever play, just let me know. But for me, I think the closest is Guild Wars 2, but honestly, I really don't play an MMO persistently right now. I'm kind of burned out from a lot of games. I'm looking forward to Albion Online. Probably that might be my game. But guys, that's pretty much it for the show. Thanks for watching. Kind of a slower news day, but I'm sure I'm going to have a bunch of stuff for you Monday and the following week. And remember, guys, I'm always trying to increase the production value and trying to figure out how to format this news thing. We're getting some more views and stuff, so let me know how I'm doing. Let me know what I could do. And again, thanks for the vocality, and thanks for being here, friends. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again Monday.